Okay, we're live. I hit the live button and I wasn't ready to go live. I'm never ready, guys. Wait. Alright, there we go. There we go. We're live now. This is embarrassing. There's the daily error that I have. So later on I'll ask you, what was my screw up today? Gorilla Bear, what's going on? Today we're talking about you guys. Where was I? I changed it. So why is it not changed? Today we're talking about you. I thought I changed it. The sound check is good. Gorilla Bear Tex here. Hey, all right. Thanks for stepping in. Yeah, we just went live a second ago. I was not ready. That's why I'm late. I was thinking of starting it before 9 a.m. and I thought I'll start at 9. And then I got into things. I wanted to schedule a premiere. Then I was messing with the thumbnail, and then I screwed it up, and then I left it screwed up. I'll fix it later. I'll fix it when it's time for the premiere. I'm struggling today. I don't know. I wanted to go live because I'm in a talking mood, and then all of a sudden, why didn't that title change? We'll see. We'll see why. I'll go change it. It's not supposed to say live chat. Why didn't that change? Talking about you and so much. Let's see what that. Oh, I know why. I put it in the wrong place. I'm really struggling today. I don't even realize I'm struggling. I'm just making. All right. That should do it. Let's go back to the channel. All these thumbnail songs are in my head. I should start singing them. I'm screwing up, guys. I don't know if I'm. Oh, okay. Right click, left click. Things change in the studio. Okay, so here we go. Let's get it right. Let's get it right. What's today? Wednesday? I gotta check because I don't work, so I'm a lazy son of a bee. Thanks for coming in anyway, whoever's here. I think there's 6 of you here. I'm fumbling and bumbling today, and I thought, okay, at least when I screw up, I tell you I screw up. But don't lie to me. I know who the liars are. And if I don't realize you're lying, keep talking and I'll figure it out. Liars like to make statements. They like to say things like, alpha males never have to tell you they're alpha males. They'll never tell you. Because either you know or you'll find out the hard way. They don't need to. So that's part of what makes you an alpha male is they don't need to tell you that. It is what it is. So Donald Trump's leading New Hampshire. The reason it's not bigger, and we should have figured this. Somebody should have figured this out already. The Democrats don't need to vote in the Democrat primary because Biden's going to be nominated like he was 4 years ago, nominated without winning. So they all went into took the Republican ballot and they're voting for Nikki Haley. So she is a planted by the Democratic Party to beat Trump because they can't get him out of the race any other way. So that's the one of the last ditch. The only thing left is to shoot him. It's the only thing left. There are some channels like if you say certain words like kill or vaccination or COVID, or they get shadow banned by YouTube. YouTube's part of the problem, even though I've agreed to follow YouTube's terms of service. There's their investors are on the left, so they have to be careful. They'll shadow ban us and block us and demonetize us when they deem necessary. I keep going because I watch videos from big channels with millions of subscribers and philosophy and politics and things like that. And hey, Pressy's here. Say hi to Pressy, everybody. What they do, YouTube shadow bans them, demonetizes them, or blocks them, or removes them from the channel, or puts them on probation, or gives them a strike, simply because they're exercising their right to free speech. There's no such thing as free speech, but they're doing it anyway. It's the first right in the Bill of Rights in the USA. Congress shall make no law, jackhammered blanket. Congress shall make no law. But they do it anyway because they're getting more and more bold because the average person entertains themselves and then they'll watch a little TV where that's where you get the fake news. So I keep saying that to get started anyway until now, talking about you and so much more. Well, the chat will dictate that, right? Pankaj, what's going on? I have not seen you, or I don't remember seeing you for quite some time. What is going on? Jack Hammond, thank you for the thumbs up, guys. Hit that thumbs up button for me. Get this out to more notifies out. It sends a while I'm live. It'll stick me in the bucket of the shorts. So if people are watching shorts, it'll show up as watch now. So if you guys would do that, that would very much help me. So I'm asking for your help. If you're on phone, I think you click the three dots and then there's a drop down and you can see the thumb. It's real quick and easy. It's easier than I thought. You've been really busy? Yeah. When I got married online, I got married twice to the same person. We got married online so I could get a visa to come here, and it was very difficult. And then when I got here on our first anniversary, we got married again. So, but it was because it's a 12-hour difference, it gave us 3 wedding dates. It's very confusing because people say, okay, what day were you married? Oh, I don't know. I don't know what you're going to double check that against because then, you don't want them to call me a liar. M&J, Marty's here. Awesome. Good to see you. Lee Sung Soon's here. Okay, so there go the notifications. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hit that thumbs up button, guys. We need some thumbs up to increase the notifications for live. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you, everyone. High five. Change that to nice to see you. The translations, because of the way different languages say things, the translations come out different. So say nice to see you, everyone. Everything's fine. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you. And then everyone, nice to see. Don't say everyone twice. Take one of them out. Either wherever you put it, that's fine. Just say see instead of meet. Thank you so much, Lee. Lee, I think, is in Korea, South Korea. You're not in North Korea. North Korea is like a jail without bars. You can't get it out of the country without government permission. Canada was doing that, and then it's like, we're free. No, you're not free. If you live in Canada, you're not free. And you're not getting media either. You're lucky to be on YouTube. They're thinking of doing away with that. They're thinking of a lot of things. Trudeau's not a leader. He's a follower. He's following the WEF. The WEF, the Masons, the Illuminati, they go by different names. They're a conglomerate of centralized organizations. And I'm not kidding. We're not in the club, guys. So if you think, oh, I'm a Democrat, I'm against you, think again. You're not in their club. Even if you vote for them, you're not in their club. I voted for them. Oh, I'm their team. No, you're not. You're not. If you're here, you're not with them. So be careful what you wish for, guy. I always say that. Be careful what you wish for, because it will kill you. It'll do you in. They want people. They want a lower population, which means that's why things are the way they are. So you will die younger than you would have. When COVID struck, people above the age of 76 all died off. They separated everybody. That was the reason for that. And then we didn't even. And then they gave us heartbreak by not letting them see them, to give us fear to do what we're told. And they didn't like it. They didn't. Oh, you can't say that. You can't say stuff. There's a guy who did a video, and he's putting his medical degree up on the screen. I am a doctor. I know what I'm talking about. Shh. Honey, we can hear you on the live stream. What are you talking about? She's chasing the cat. Get out. Get out of here. She doesn't like the pets on the bed in the room. If you let the cat in the room, she'll jump on the bed. She's not stupid. But we have guest rooms that are just, the beds are made and they have comfortable mattresses too. It's all memory foam. It's all beautiful and comfortable. But she doesn't want the pets to enjoy themselves. It's so funny. Yes, we're talking about you guys. But you got to get it started in the chat. Get it started. Say something. You got to subscribe for 1 minute if you want to chat. You got to subscribe for 1 minute. So if you're watching for 1 minute, you already have the opportunity. It's only 60 seconds. It doesn't take long. Talking about you. Of course, you got to get me started, because I will reply. You got to get me started, because I don't make things up. I make mistakes, but I'm not just going to dive in with this guy as a scumbag, and that's not the way I operate, right? Let's see. Everyone, am I caught up here with the chat? It's a little different being on the vertical. It's a little bit different because there's no streaming software, no sound card, no StreamYard, no displaying chats. I think you can see the chat, but I can't put it up on screen. And I have room for one up here. There is a link, but I don't think I can put it. I can't chat. Can I? Oh yeah, but I can't put the link in the chat. I don't think. Wait. I have to email the link. I have to email the link. So, wait. Let me check that. Add guest. I can add guest. Yeah. I can send it on Messenger or Viber or a phone. Messenger, Viber, or phone. I can't put it in the chat. It doesn't let me. So, for some reason. The government can take away YouTube if they need it. The government can block your bank account. We found that out during the trucker strike, or the trucker rally, whatever you want to call it, the convoy in Canada in 2022. I think it was 2022. People were sending them PayPal because some of them were running out of money, and they blocked it. They blocked PayPal. And that was Canada. Canada did that. Trudeau, you should oust him. Why anyone would vote for him? where they have a government job, so I get a vote. You'll still have your government job unless you're useless, and then you should find real work. That's the other thing. Too many government jobs. It's just people thinking of ways to screw people. I bring it every day. You're not in the club. I bring it. We're talking about the far left club, the real group that's running the world. You're not in the club, and I'm saying that in a friendly way. Um, People say, I'm a Democrat, I'm voting against, so I'm in the Republican primary because I'm voting for Nikki Haley. What a mistake that is. She's not a leader. We need a real leader running this country, at least for 4 years, um, and hopefully for 12 years, because they're not they're not the enemy. Your enemy is the centralized banks and big pharma and the conglomerates like the United Nations. Those are your enemies, and they're all on the same team, the far left. And Joe Biden is their mascot. He's a mascot because he can't think for himself. When 30 years ago, when Clarence Thomas was on trial for becoming a Supreme Court justice, Joe Biden was the head of that Judiciary Committee, and he was a dirtbag. He wasn't qualified to be president, and now that has dementia, he's qualified to be president. How does that happen? Because during the primaries in 2020, they ended it. They stopped the primaries and they said he's nominated. Who does that? I'll tell you who does that. Communist countries do that. Why are we voting for that? Well, I watch TV, Jay. If you got to watch all the news networks, and they're all saying it, they're all saying that certain things are true and certain things aren't true. It's like that's the stupid. You don't get your education watching television news. They've been lying to you all your life. So thank you for hanging out, guys. Pressy, I bring it. Marty, MJ, Lisa, and Soon. Thanks for coming in, guys. Um, Now, I'm speaking against what YouTube stands for because what these centralized, what the Freemasons, whatever you want to call them, the Illuminati, they're all part of it. The WEF, Klaus Schwab, Larry Fink, Bill Gates, all those people. I'm just naming, George Soros. He's been quiet lately, but there's a lot of video on him. His son is now in charge of their corporation. They're all in the conglomerate of this left, the far left. And there's only one left, and it's the far left. They're taking over without receiving instructions from any government. They're actually handing out the instructions to the Canadian government as well as a lot of other governments, and through the CEOs of corporations. Um, when I talk like this, my viewership goes down. When I change the subject, the viewership will go up. I used to think it was the CPR. That CPR is a part of the problem, because they keep saying, "Okay, you're blocked in Russia because we don't have the rights to that song in Russia." That's a load of BS. They know it, but they don't want you to know it. They want you to think it. We don't have the rights to show. That's a load of BS. Well, if you ever look at the copyright, what they give you when they say, "Okay, you're sharing this, but tomorrow you'll be demonetized for the live stream, and then the next day we'll let you share it again if you sing karaoke." If you ever look at the ownership of in the copyright protection laws, the ownership is a conglomerate of companies. It's all part of the big lie. The big lie that they have some sort of power over their own song. Oh yeah, you can't listen to that, or you can't. I can't play the melody, even if it's copied and done less well, and then sing it less well. Then it's still theirs. That's nonsense. John Lennon said that right before he was killed. We have a narrative of how he was killed, but we don't really know. The same thing with John Kennedy. He was killed by a single bullet. That's not true. It's not even possible because bullets were everywhere. He was powdered with. We'll get in the service. I think you mean conversation. I'm not sure what you're trying to. I think you misspelled something, and I'm struggling with that. We'll get in the conversation. Okay. Yeah. Make me talk about you guys. Former President Donald Trump projected to win New Hampshire primary, and that's the Fox News projection decision desk. Nikki Haley got a lot of votes because Democrats went over to vote in the Republican primary because they don't need to vote in the Democratic primary. Biden's already the winner. That's how you know it's communism. That's what communism does. They put people in place and they say, okay, here are your choices: Joe Dirtbag and John Dirtbag. Those are your choices. We are, America doesn't do this, but we're in the Philippines, and we've watched a number of Russian movies. They're wonderful. We watched a delightful movie last night. There were no guns, nothing. It wasn't about the government or the military. It was about people. People, and one guy was in business, but his business was to put in bids to get business and then do work. So he was bidding on something big, and it was there was some dark moments because not everyone is good, and so people were doing them in. There was murder in the movie, but it wasn't like all about that. There was a murderer involved, but it was a wonderful. It was a little bit like Pretty Woman, but there was more. Pretty Woman didn't have the murder involved. There was just even though that was a great movie, but there was a woman who was more pretty than Julia, a little bit more prettier than Julia Roberts, but and the star of the movie was he looked a lot like my younger CEO, whom I love him like a father almost. Not exactly, but I had a lot of respect for him. But it was very strange that I saw that or that I thought that. The PC will get in, yeah. If you want to come up here and sit in the other seat, there's a second open seat up here. I can send you the link, but it's going to be in as a message now. I can't put it in the chat because I'm not. I have the chat on my screen, but I can't post in the chat. I can in my background, but I don't have the link that way. Unless you know what, I could send it to myself and do it. Maybe, but there's only one seat, so you can come up that way if you want to. Thumbs down for Portrait Mom. As long as you click something, Jack. I don't know exactly how that works. They don't tell you that. But there's a seat, Jack, but you got to go on your phone for that. I think. Oh, because I can send it in Messenger. If you copy it, and you maybe able to go up on your laptop. I'm not sure because I don't. Well, the good thing is you're here watching, so thank you for the view. I mentioned I think it was yesterday or the day before. I wasn't. I don't think I was live yesterday. So on Monday, a guy who he's like a troll. I know who he is, and he keeps changing his name because he has to start up a new channel. He doesn't grow. All he does is criticize people. But it's like he's only criticizing a couple of people. And he came in my live stream, and he was chatting, and I went, "Thank you," and I gave him a shout out, like he's here, and I just read out his name and said, "Thanks for coming in." And then he's posting in the chat, like, and he's not saying nice things to people. He's like bashing people, and I'm like, okay, that's enough. That's not what this channel is. That's not what I'm doing here. So I hid him from the channel, and then he did a long video. He wrote it out and read it. It took the time to do that, and it was a long video. And the name of the video is "J Mike is a Scumbag." It was like he knew me, and he doesn't know me from any of you guys. he's got a very angry and resentful voice, and he's always angry and resentful, and it's disgusting. Yeah, Captain Crunch is his basic name, but he's got fan channel and all that. He's got a few Candy's World. They're like his friends. They're retarded. They're all retarded. You can know stuff and be retarded. The truth is not in them. The truth of the reality of the universe is not in them. Yep. The one. Hey, no vlog is here. Awesome. Thank you for stopping in. I can't highlight any comments. There's no streaming software, guys. It's just YouTube. So I'll give you a shout out. Jack's Vlogs is here. Danielle Berry's here. Null Vlog is here. Did I say Marty Preston's here? Awesome. There's a good number. There's 25 million people watching at the moment. That number is changing. It's going up and down, you know, by chunks of numbers. So thanks for stopping in, guys. Thank you for stopping in, everybody. We're talking about you. You got to chat, though. Subscribe for 60 seconds if you want to chat, guys. If you're not already connected, thank you. There's nothing else you need to do unless you want to hit that thumbs up button. I appreciate the thumbs up, guys. I'm in the Philippines. If you're not sure where I am, I'm in Rizal, outside the metro. I'm in the province. It's awesome here. If I walk a few blocks, we can see the heavy traffic and tens of thousands of jeepneys and motorcycles and tricycles. It's there's small motorcycle with the sidecar, the three-wheeler. That's what I call them, tricycles. Most of them are Kawasaki's and Isuzus and things like that, and Suzuki's. They make most of the motorcycles. Some Toyota. I don't know if Toyota's not really big on motorcycle stuff, but I think they make some. It's the Jeepney channel. Yeah. Hey, that's what's getting. I'm averaging 2.5 thousand views per Jeepney video. Some of them don't hit that high, but some of them hit way higher. So it's just the right video at the right time will get more views. So you just don't know. I put out like 4 or 5 at the time. They tell me most of my audience is online, but it doesn't always change. It doesn't always work that way because some people will come on hours later and they'll still see the thumbnail and click it or not. Keep posting. I can't read that last post there. They've stopped your views, so you're shadow banned. But why? I I watch a lot of the big channels with a million or hundreds of thousands of subscribers. I watch a lot of a big circle of those channels, and they keep unsubscribing me to them because they're not left wing. So, and I subscribe again, and then I go back to watch another video, and I'm unsubscribed again. But the thing is, they're still giving me thumbnails that reminding me to check, and I keep going back, unsubscribe, going back, unsubscribe. It's unbelievable. So they're knocking. One guy had 800. No, he had 400,000 subscribers. The next thing I know, he had 300,000. That's 100,000 subscribers that they knocked off. Sean Williams is here. Say hello to Sean, everybody. Yeah, 007. I noticed that, and I'm like, who's he calling 007? That's got to be Sean Williams, right? 007. Lee Sung Soon. He was here. I don't know if he's still here. BG or something. I don't know. Thank you for the view. I guess I have a good run until they trash. They put markers on you. That's what Twitter was doing. Twitter was like, they were notorious for it. They were shadow banning everyone. They had thousands of employees just working to like either they were acting as trolls or they were clicking to shadow ban or whatever they do. It's terrible. The problem is if you're voting for the far left, something is wrong with you. You know what? I went to church and there was about 6% wearing masks. There was about 80 to 100 people there, and I said, Norma, there's about 4, 5, 6% of the people are wearing. But I didn't say that. I said, Norma, I can tell you who watches TV religiously in this room. And she goes, how? I said, they're wearing face masks. And she laughed. Because we don't watch TV. Now, I'll watch clips, especially news clips. But not just anything. Because I know who's lying to me. It's the people that are invested in by the conglomerate, the Black Rocks and the Vanguards and the State Streets. That's how you know. And YouTube is one of those companies. They have investments in YouTube, so YouTube has to do what they say. Because it's hundreds of thousands of shares. So, Jack, I see some of your videos. I'm obviously not checking every video, but I don't see what's wrong with that. Just because you do, if that's really you playing, I don't know why they're doing that. Unless your problem is with, sometimes they say that artist, it's not us, it's the artist. She's blocking that video. And that was, back before I came here, I was playing a record, showing the record playing, and then playing the song. And I thought, I'll do a few of these. I did about 10 or 11 of them. And then I stopped. One of them was, I forgot her name. She wasn't a big artist, but she did have a big hit. I'll think of her name in a few seconds, I guess. But then a year later, when I was here, I was just looking at those, and I went, wait a minute, it's back on. They never notified me that they put it back on, because what happens is, especially when the song was a big hit, it was like summer of '93, "Real Love" by I'll think of her name in a few minutes, but it was a great hit. It was a summertime hit, and I remember it playing when I was on a amusement park ride in Pittsburgh, and I never forgot that because it was fun. But YouTube said that artist requested that this get tagged and removed. But then months, almost a year later, I noticed it was back up with a few views, not too many views. It was about 100 views or so. And I thought, why did they do that? Probably because somebody else bought their rights to music are bought and sold. So now the owners were a conglomerate and they let me put it back up there. So if you're doing like, Prince music, the artist forever known as Prince, and the Eagles, and there's a couple others, but Prince and the Eagles and the Rolling Stones, those are three groups that will not let you put their music on YouTube. And it's like they let you do one song. With the Stones, it's I think it's "Gimme Shelter." I'm not exactly sure of that. And with, unless that was just somebody they liked, it was the video of the security, and they were looking at the audience. And then nobody was looking at Mick Jagger. You could barely see Mick Taylor playing guitar for a few seconds, but it was just at a you were behind him and you were just looking at his hand. I mean, it wasn't the front view; it was like the side view or the rear view. It was like real quick. So it was weird. So and then by the Eagles, I think it's Hotel California. You can do the licks, I guess. I don't know, the licks of the guitar. One of the famous solos. So they don't let you do much, and everything else is blocked. They'll just block you. And it's Don Henley that's doing that. For some reason, he doesn't get it. They're giving them publicity, and I guess they think they don't need it, or they don't want anyone else doing it. I'm not sure. I want it all for myself. He's already got more money than he can take to heaven. He ain't going to heaven. Sammy's too. When you hopping on Fortnite? I don't play. I'm not really a gamer. I did the video games years ago when it was Genesis, but it wasn't really that big. I only played like 2 games. I was at the shopping center the other day, and this lady was with her child. I reckon she was about 5, and she had a mask on. I told the lady to take it off her daughter. Well, that's how you know they watch TV. She's either a school employee or a government employee. Here, the big malls, the S&M malls, they're the biggest malls. The mall employees still wearing masks. There's nobody to message. They're not listening. So for whatever reason, I'm not sure why they're doing that. Reaction videos are okay. Yeah, as long as you put I guess you got to green screen your face in there. I'm really not sure of those rules. That's why I don't do it. And you don't get as much. The advertisers that pay the most, they're not running ads on those videos. There's 10 types of videos. I'm not looking at that list of types, so I can't say it. There's 10, but wellness videos are one of them. I do know that. I didn't memorize it though. I hit 1K doing shorts. Keep doing shorts, and then you'll hit. I'm averaging 2.5K, but I'm doing like 6 or more per day. Yesterday I did like 11 or 12, and the previous day I did 10 or something like that. It was so most of them get 2.5K. Some get more. There's always one that doesn't get as many. But just keep going because 1K doesn't really pay. You got to keep going. Even two or 3K, it doesn't pay. You got to have a lot of them, and then maybe you'll get paid every other month. That's why we do the live streams. We get watch hours here. We get views. Even with 1,000 views, 1,000 views on a video is not enough. You need like 2, 3, 4, 5, upwards. I'm still have not got the video with 100,000 views, but I don't just want one video. I want them to average more. So you really got to hit 50 and 60 before and get all your videos up with a higher average is what you need to do. And it's a long, slow crawl because you're up against teams in small companies and large companies. That's why you're having trouble. You're up against the big boys. This is television, guys. It's a different form of television, but it's still television. And it's hard, anybody can get it. I'm not belittling you because you and I we're in the same boat, pretty much. But Sean Williams does those happy. Sean, are you still here? Type something if you're listening. Sean does those happy birthday shout outs. But there's a couple of things you got to put your mind on. First of all, I would write it down and read it. And you can't struggle with the name. Because, well, here's the problem. It's nice to say, okay, Sean, don't stop doing the happy birthdays. But just, if you're going to keep doing them, write down what you're going to say. Don't make it too long. 31 seconds is too long. 20 seconds is okay. But what you really need to do, if you're not sure of the name, say it to yourself a few times before you do it. You can't say my good friend and then screw up the name because then we know it's not your good friend and then we don't think it's a good video. So either don't say my good friend or say that a number of people asked me to do this, something like that. If you're not sure of how to say the name. Or if you just screwed up the name and then you could have done it better, then just practice the name before you do the video a few times. And that should be good. And then use more light. There was a dark video. So I got so many lights on here. It's sunny. It's a sunny day today. I can't believe it's a clear blue sky. So there's a lot of windows. Let's take a look. There's a window right there. You can see that, guys. That's awesome. And then over there, let's take a quick look. You got a window over there, right? And then I got a light here. Can we push that back? Yeah. We got a light here. Let's take a look at that. You can see it. It's a round, it's a circular light. And then I got another light right above me, and then that light back there. So there's plenty of light here. Light makes a good video, especially if you're using the front screen. So just put a light in front in your face like that, and then it should be good to go. But the shoutouts, I love those videos. Those are good. Just keep doing them. Do one a day. Do two a day. I'm doing 6 a day, but I don't stop at 6. I'll post 1 or 2 in the morning, and then later I'll go. I get a bunch of videos I got to post, and then I'll just do bang, 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 and then they're out there. I did a longer video. I can't remember if it's 10 minutes or 14 minutes. But Norma and I are driving and talking, so that was kind of funny. I thought I never posted that because something else was going on right at that time. We're getting shopping for a wedding because I was looking for a shirt, but I never posted that video. And I thought, hey, this is kind of funny. I'm gonna. So it's not live yet. It's unlisted because I was making a thumbnail right before I went live today. And I'm doing the thumbnail, I go, that's perfect. And I clicked it, and one of the words was removed. It doesn't say it. It doesn't say it right. And I'm like, shoot, I got to leave it alone because when you schedule it, you have to unschedule it to change it because you can't touch it. So it's never cold here, guys. Let's look at the weather right now. It's never cold here. I can't. My phone has all that, but not when I'm live. I can't do it when I'm live. So hold on. Weather result. Let's check it out. 79 degrees. That's cool. That's very cool out, but it's 70% humidity, so it doesn't feel cold. That's the 10 a.m. weather. It's probably 80 right now, so I would say it's about 80 because it's gonna hit. Oh, it's only. Well, that's Rizal. Let me check something else here. Maybe that's in a different. Oops. Let's check my town. 83. It's 83 right now. Okay, so 82. All right, whatever. It's only going to hit 84 today, so it's not so hot today, but there is 70% humidity, so it's nice outside in the blue sky. So Lee Sung Soon, check out that video. He's got almost 700 thumbs up. I don't know how long that was scheduled for. Sometimes if you schedule your premiere too much, you'll get a lot of thumbs up. Like he's got 697 thumbs up. You'll end up with 100 views and 700 thumbs up. That doesn't match. That's not optimum. I don't think. But anyway, it is what it is. I don't think there's a need to really hype it for more than 2 or 3 days, right? I don't think. Nice and sunny here. Yeah, it's never cold here, guys. I was already out this morning. It felt normal. I was out with flip flops, t-shirt, and I get shorts on. That's it. Short pants, my khakis. So it's awesome that it's never cold here. You got to keep your house clean though. You got to be super clean because insects they will they will invest in living in your house if you let them. But we don't see them. I got a zapper here, but I never hear it zapping because there's no. Sometimes a fly or the little flies. I don't even know what they are, what they call. But sometimes they get in, and then eventually you'll hear them get zapped. But not that much. When I first got here, they were all in here, and then when you get the right housekeeper, everything gets cleaned up. So she costs more, but she's worth it. I We have never fired anybody. The first girl had a stroke, so we had to find another one. She's fine now, you know, 2 years later, a little bit less than 2 years later, she's fine. But we have a different housekeeper because she wasn't available. So we got another girl, and she was here almost a year, and she quit. She just quit. It was like I just told her, when you can't come in, we got to know, because we need you every day. And then she quit. Her family was upset that she did that. They didn't want her to do that. So because they need employment, they can't find employment. So there's you can see her right behind me. That is Melba, um, doing a wonderful job. Prissy, what's going on? Not a lot of chatters, guys. If you want to chat and you're not connected, just subscribe for 60 seconds, and you will be able to chat. Don't be afraid. We don't. I don't make things up. When the title is talking about you and so much more, what that means is if you say something in the chat, I will start talking about that. That's what that means. So, but Chris is just clicking the hearts. She's not really talking. Yeah, like I said, when the people that are wearing the masks, I think it's 5 or 6%. Those are the people that are only watching TV. They're not online getting the truth. What they're telling you now is you're being lied to online, and we're giving you the truth. It's so bad. It's unbelievable. That's how bold they are. If you watch the American Music Awards, they're all dressed up in devil costumes. It's That's how sad it is. It's like you can't say Jesus. Someone just said Jesus. I think Jesus, my Lord and Savior, my Creator. It was just the other day, and NBC cut it. They clipped it out. It was only like 2 or 3 seconds, and they clipped it out. They didn't want that on their network. We don't want to hear about our Creator and Savior, because if you believe in the devil, then you're a liar. That there's no God, because God created Lucifer, who we call him the devil now because he's fallen from grace. His name was Lucifer, which means body of light. He was the angel of light, and then he chose, because he had free will, he chose his pride over his love of God. That's why, Jack, you're getting another. I'm preaching again. It's because it's the truth. It is the truth. If you got any questions, I will answer it. I think they're going to call martial law. That's how they're going to end the election. Martial law. There will be no elections this year. They're already in the primaries. Trump has won New Hampshire, so he's won Iowa and New Hampshire. The reason, no, the caucuses he won in a landslide, but they can't. New Hampshire is not caucuses; it's voting. It's the first voting. So the Democrats slammed over on the Republican side. You can't vote in both, but you can vote in one. So a lot of Democrats went over to the Republican side and voted. We voted for a non-leader to be president, to be nominated. It's it's unbelievably ridiculous. I was joking around. I should vote in the Democrat primary so that he doesn't, so that so that Biden doesn't get a vote. That was 4 years ago, but I didn't do it. I did not do that. So where's my sidekick? Did the title scare everybody? Talking about you and so much. That just means if you have something to say, we'll talk about it. That's what that means. And if I change it to Gcash, everyone will come in. If you wish to chat, don't let Prissy scare you. She just wants us to know she's here. So, with the pink hearts, it's so cute. Let's talk about the NFL. Who's here interested in football, American football? It's the only one to watch. Some people think it's rigged. Like either certain plays are rigged that will change the game and it will ensure that somebody wins. You could probably always say that. But why would someone want to lose? Someone did a video where they have a representative of each team in the meeting where they're designated to lose and the other team's designated to win. And the look on the face of the losers, it's hilarious. Oh. So, the Lions are designated to lose. I think the two front runners are going to win, the two home teams. It doesn't always happen. It almost never happens. But maybe this year that it'll happen. But they need people to lose. But the Chiefs are a favorite. Let's look at the match. Oh, Chiefs are. I don't really care much for ESPN because the truth is not in them. They're a bunch of liars. If you look at the ESPN, if you look at their headlining individuals, the Stephen A. Smiths, the Dan Levitards, and all those other people, the truth is not in them. They're all liars. And the one with the big mouth is Stephen A. Smith. I liked him because it was refreshing over the years. I thought, he's got a lot of balls. I like that. But now it's just like, okay, he's built this narrative about his private life when he was younger. And now he can't let that, he has to stick with it and he can't leave it alone because that would make him a liar. So he can't come out and say, now that was a lie because it would be over for him. So he has to double down and triple down and quadruple down. And what he does is just the person that calls him out receives his. So he'll go on his other platform off of ESPN where he does his live stream, and he'll just go, "That guy is a scumbag. He's a fat bastard," but never address the issue of what the lie is all about. The lie is that he had a college basketball career, and that's not. And I'm going to look at the facts that are made public, and I'm going to say, first of all, that's not possible because you said you only played one game, and your scoring average in one game is 1.5 points. How is that possible? And then he goes, "Oh, I played two games." Or then it was said that here, there's a Stephen Smith on that team. It says he played 10 games. Which one is it? So there's only one picture. How do you have a college career with only one photo? Now, the guy that's making the claim of it being a lie says, Jason Whitlock says, I did not become a pro. I played in college. I think he said he was an offensive lineman. I was a guard, but I wasn't good enough to make the pro. I didn't get drafted and nobody called me in. So, but I was good enough to play it on my team. I played a lot of games. I didn't play every game, but I played most of the games as the starting offensive guard. We weren't great, but I played. And he goes, I still have several pictures that I like on my phone. Years. This is 30 years later. I still have pictures on my phone. There's no other pictures of Stephen A. Smith, and he talked about how great he was. And he said, well, my career was cut short because I cracked my kneecap. There's no record of that. Although he says his mother and his sister were at his side in hospital, there's no record of that. There's no photographs. There's no pictures of him in the hospital bed. There's nothing. There's an old picture that doesn't even look like him as a bio for the team, and there's no other pictures. But he said he made he joined a scrimmage and made 17 consecutive 3-point shots. So, but then this video years later, he's with James Harden, a NBA player, and it's just a few people in the gym, not very many, and he's taking 3-point shots. Shot, thump, brick, missed shot, another shot, hit the rim, missed shot, another three. They kept giving him the ball. He took like 17 shots, never made a shot. Why? If you're great and now your knee feels better, you're an older man, but instead of being 20, so he's pushing 50. But a 50-year-old can still shoot the ball. If you were a great 3-point shooter when you were a kid, and now your knee's not screwed up anymore, you should be able to shoot. But he can't, because he's a liar. You don't. If you're that good in college and you crack your kneecap or whatever he did, there would have been a comeback. What you do is you put in the work to get your knee better at that young age. You work on your knee to get better, and you bring yourself back. Even if you're not going to be a pro, you still play. You turn yourself into an athlete. I don't care if you have a job in a career in broadcasting and all that. You're still going to take some spare time to practice your shooting because you're a basketball player. He's a liar. And Jason Whitlock, the book was written, it's a biography. It's his own book. And these are in the book, and then someone's asking questions. And the only reply to the questions is that you're a fat bastard. Black men are not supposed to call out other black men for lying. Oh, really? Why? Why? So either the Chiefs or the Ravens are going to win it all in the NFL. If the Chiefs win it all, that would be very surprising. Very surprising. I don't see the Lions winning it all because it's fixed. It's fixed. The Detroit Lions with Jared Goff as quarterback. So the Chiefs ended up. So they're including the playoffs. The Chiefs are 13-6. So 0 playoff losses. That means they lost 6 games during the regular season. That's a lot. That's actually the maximum for teams that have won Super Bowls. I think the Ravens and I don't know who else, the Steelers had 6 losses on a 16-game schedule. So with 17 games, you're bound to lose an extra game. I think 6 is the maximum. But the Ravens have 4 losses, but they're playing very well. How do you freeze to death at a watch party? How do you freeze to death doing anything unless you're stuck outside where you can't get in? See, they're saying it was meant to be. If it was meant to be, that means it's fixed. Certainly looks that way. Certainly looks that way. My eyes are, I'm browsing, so hold on. What? That can't be possible. That can't be. I'm gonna analyze. Hold on. Norma, what's today? Today's Wednesday. It's Wednesday morning. It's still morning time here. So, not a lot of views, man. So, we can't just have giveaways because I don't want to buy views. We did that hoping that they would keep coming back. So that would get bring views. I'm going to think about 100, I guess. So, he's not playing GCash. Bye. No one's posting. All right. View only. Hold on. All right. So, back to. Are they live? Fox is not. Why isn't Fox live? After the primary. What? Maybe they don't do live streams. There's a video here. Nikki Haley. She's got a lot of nerve. She's the former governor of. Is it South Carolina? Where's Ma'am Nama? Ma'am Nama is. She does live streams on Reels now. She's live all the time. It's like she broke away from me. She's a naughty. She's a naughty wife. John, good mega life shout out, John. Life is good. Yeah, life is good. Um, I do have a second seat, but nobody's sitting there, so it goes. It won't show up until you click the link and come in. Or I guess you got to ask. I don't know how that works now on this format, but um, that's what Norma's doing. She did say she had to bring the car in to have them look at the brakes, but I'm not sure if she left yet. It's like, I gotta do this, but then she takes her time getting up. I'm complaining, Norma. She takes her time getting up, and then things don't get done. Because I wanted to go to Mega Mall today. Because I need to skate. It's my only exercise. Because we don't go on the long walks anymore. I'm revealing everything today, Norma. I'm revealing it all. Life is good. Yeah, John's a good guy right there. Thank you so much. Let me know if you want to come up, guys. I will. If I know you, I'll give you the ladder. Oh, there it is. Go to channel. I get so many. Oh, Dumagete. That's how I knew it was you. It says Dumagete. So, does anybody know if it's true? I was told that Fazio died, but I was also told that he's not absolutely sure if that's correct information. So we're not exactly sure. Looks like he won by 8.5, 9%. Not all the votes are counted, but why? One guy on an exit poll, one guy came out and they asked him who he voted for. He said, "I voted for Nikki Haley. I'm a Democrat," which means a Democrat took the ballot for the Republican side. You get in America, you get to do that. There's still some freedoms, but he's not a Republican. So we know the Democrats went in and took Republican ballots. Once you do that, you forfeit your Democrat ballot. But Biden doesn't need any support because he's the only one running. Seriously. So former President Donald Trump projected to win New Hampshire primary. Let's see. I think he did a victory speech. I don't know if I'm on the right. I don't know. Yeah. Nope. Nobody. There is a Democrat primary, but it makes me sick to watch the Democrat side. But anyway, it's always a landslide for the one that they want. Nobody knows who's in charge. It's the conglomerate. They're in charge, and they all want the same thing. It's the same things. It's like, how does the average person want, they want abortion, they want all these things that the conglomerate tells the corporations, you got to do this, you got to have diversity and inclusion, equity and inclusion, and you got to hire those people. It's like the NFL has the Rooney Rule. You have to interview black. If you're hiring a head coach, you got to interview two black people. Why? You don't intend on hiring them. What? Even though the Patriots hired a black guy, but that's not why they skipped the process. The reason they skipped the process is because it was already written into his contract that he would be Belichick's successor. So they locked themselves into that last year. So that's the legal way around that. But to force teams to interview certain people because of the color of their skin, that's racism. And then the first thing he said was, I see color. Racism is real and we need to fix it. Fix what? Shh, stop talking about it. Racism exists because certain people are saying there's racism. That's it. There's no systemic racism. It's not there. In fact, we re-elected Obama twice. Not once, but twice. Why is that? Why is that? He's a huge communist. That's true. And he's a liar because he lied about his religion. He's not a Christian. He's a Muslim. We know that for a fact because he said so. You can't say I'm a Christian and then everywhere else tell me you're a Muslim. You can't do that. That makes you a liar. Now, the Abrahamic religions, they're not really religious. They just say that I'm a Muslim. There's no such thing as jihad and all this stuff. True Abrahamic Muslims believe in Abraham and Jesus Christ. They just don't think Christ came and was killed and resurrected. But they don't have much time to hear that, right, John? You've heard it, so now you know it's true. Now you are doomed. Now you are doomed. You know what? I'm slowing down because I'm famished. Isn't it funny if you're very, very, very hungry, you're fat. If your stomach's empty and you feel hungry, you are famished. And when you don't have food, there's no food available. Then there's a famine, right? Same word. Talking about you and so much more. The talking about you is because I'm referring to the chat. If you come in and chat, if you subscribe to chat, then that's what we'll talk about. But I won't pick on you in a mean, grouchy way. I will. There won't be any lying involved. NFL, American football. So it's the winner of the Chiefs Ravens game. I don't know because I like San Francisco, but I'm not sure about their injuries. I think the Chiefs are used to being there, so they have experience. But I really like the Ravens. Um, I like the Ravens and 49ers. I think they're the two best teams. And then next would be Kansas City. I lived in Kansas City for 4 years, and they're crazy about the Chiefs there. This was back in the late 90s, the turn of the century, and they thought they had a good team. But Derek, I forgot his last name, Derek Thomas, I think, he died that year. When I was there, that was in the news. He died. He had in a car crash and died. But they were still, the Chiefs fans just, the diehard fans, it's Red Friday during football season. You got to wear red on Friday and you got to go out and. And I said, Why is everyone so gung ho on the Chiefs? They're not a very good football team. Why? Because they don't have a very good quarterback. They thought Elvis Gerback was a good enough quarterback, and that's not true. Because there's been no great play. There's no reason to think that your guy is just going to suddenly start making great plays just because he's wearing a red uniform. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. And sure enough, he never really became a great quarterback. You can't say just okay because they didn't win enough. You got to make winning plays. It's funny how Patrick Mahomes is great until a wide receiver drops the football. And then it's the drops. Okay, so when they were catching the football, how come it wasn't great catches? Why was it because Patrick Mahomes is great? Well, they have a great coaching staff. It's unbelievable. When they lose, it's the coach's fault or drop passes. When they win, it's the quarterback's fault. My wife cooked pork, baby back ribs soup, and baby back pork ribs stir fry, and made fresh back bread biscuits in the oven. Yeah, Norma likes to cook too, but when she puts her she has to put her mind, time, and effort into it, and the secret ingredient is love. People don't understand that. What do you mean the secret ingredient is love? If you don't get that, then you're not a cook. You gotta know what that means. Secret ingredient. You actually have to put love into cooking. You love who you're cooking for, and also love cooking. So there's two forms of love in there, and it has to go into it, or else it's not going to be very good, right? Um, you gotta love who's going to eat it, and then you gotta love cooking for them, and then that's the secret ingredient. And then anything else falls into place. It's a beautiful 82 degrees today. It's just fantastic. So I was going to talk about you and so much more, but it's only related to the chat. Whatever you talk about, I will pick up on that. There's no gossip about the Bama guy. There's no because I don't have any new information. People ask me, when's he getting out of prison? When somebody gives him the money to pay his debt. That must be. So he's still here in the Philippines. He's in a minimum security prison. It's possible he's living as well as he was before. I don't think they don't let you drink beer though, so that sucks. So you'll be rehabilitated from drinking alcohol and doing drugs. Maybe that's a good thing. Um, pork baby back ribs. That's awesome. Baby back ribs stir fry and made fresh back bread biscuits. And how do you have all that together? Norma does that. It's like these Filipino things. These Filipino things are unbelievable. I like most of it. Don't eat every. It's when there's a party in it and there's more than 5 or 6 people. It's usually like 10 or 12 or 15 or even more. You, and there's all kinds of food, and you can't eat all that. You can't eat all the food because I get a paper plate and then okay, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, oh, and some of that, and then your plate's full. You can't just keep putting stuff on top. It's not good. Plus, I'm too old for that. Like if you're 30, maybe you can. I don't really eat that much. I find the noodles, the pancit, because pancit's dry. If you're having a noodle soup, like ramen noodle soup, there's more fluid in there. You can eat more. But if you have the dry noodles, the pancit, it's delicious, but it's hard to eat a lot of it because it's filling. So sometimes we have pancit, white rice, the white sticky rice, and spaghetti. And pizza. We had that one day. There was because some of it got delivered and some of it was made already. So you had a big pancit dip. When they make pancit, they have the big platter of pancit, and that's a dry noodle. Then you have spaghetti. There's a big bucket of spaghetti, and then there's a huge pot of white rice. That's all filling stuff. And then there was all kinds of fruit, apples and bananas. That's filling. I said, show of hands, how many people know that apples is starch? Nobody knew that. You cannot eat all the food, especially if you're in there. I'm 66. I'll be 67 in a few weeks, a couple of weeks, 2 weeks. I'll be 67. Plus, I'm skinny, so I'm not absolutely skinny. I can pinch an inch, but that's it. There's almost not. There's not that. I lost even more weight, but I gained like 6 pounds back, 6 or 7. So I'm 175. I went down to 168, I think, that I know of. But I was over 200 pounds. And then I was over like up to 190, 194, 195, 196. It's like I gave myself a break from eating. We went to 2 meals a day, and I said, stop making all that food for me. So they were making like 3 or 4 pieces of chicken for lunch. Huge breakfast, and then lunch would be ready 3 hours later. It's like, I can't eat all this food. And then dinner, be like a huge dinner, and I like, tell the housekeeper to make less. So we started eating less, and then I said, let's cut it down to 2 meals a day. You're 60, yeah, I'm 66. So it's down to 2 meals a day. Basically, sometimes we'll have a little something extra. It's not really like a full meal or anything, but usually 2 meals a day. But there's so many birthday parties and stuff because everyone comes here for birthday parties. It's like sometimes we go out into the deeper into the province, into the squatter areas and where all the cousins are. They have lots. There's always lots of food though. They're poor, or more poor than we are, but they put a huge emphasis on food. They love it, and then that's the way it is. Food, and there's always something to drink. Liquor, if you like liquor, beer and hard stuff is so much cheaper here. You can really drink cheap here, but we like wine, so we pay more for that. But it's even the cheap wine is more here. So hey, Norma, say hi to everybody. We're live. Smile.
Morning.
That's a lovely smile. You have a beautiful smile. That's why I married you. Not true. Not true. I didn't marry you for your looks. I married you because no one has ever cared more for me than that girl right there. This is about a 4 or 5 second delay on YouTube, so I can look back down and see it again. Awesome. I don't. There are no nude pictures of her, so don't get any ideas, guys. It doesn't exist. I never held the camera up to her in the bathroom. Or the CR. They call it the CR here. I never did. I never did that. But the lovemaking is good. It's almost once a week. It's like 4 times a month. That's all I need. I don't need to jump my wife's bones every day. So I'm too old for that. I'm not too old for sex, but I'm too old to, it's like I once said to we're getting personal here. I once said to my first wife, I was in my 40s, and I went, I want it every day. No, 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 no. I don't feel like it. She said, I don't feel like it. I said, why? Why? Oh, she never answered me. But that's fine. It's all okay now. You can't worship guys. I don't know how many guys are watching now, but guys, I know from the analytics that my audience is like 51 or 52% male. They're watching jeepney videos, and they're under 40. It's like 20 to 40 years old. Maybe 19, maybe 42. So you're younger guys, which means you're thinking of sex. Stop chasing women in stop worshiping the female body. Don't do that. Because God will separate you from her if you do that. That's why when you get married, it's always different. It's like you don't worship, not like that. I mean, I love Norma's cooking because we don't eat that much, so I'm always hungry. It's good to be hungry. It's good to sit there and drink some water. Oh, I don't have any water. There's a little bit of there's lemon water. There's lemons and ginger in there. It's not hot. It's room temperature. It still tastes good. Drink a little water if you think you're hungry. Drink some water. So my stomach, other than having fluid, coffee and water and lemon and ginger water is in my stomach, but not that much. I'm very very hungry. What time is it? It's after 11. Yeah, it's not really past brunch time yet, so that's okay. Yeah. When I was younger, I ate a lot. I mean, I wasn't. I didn't. I was never an overeater, but I loved having M&Ms and those little chocolate candies. My coworkers, I had a 3 pound bag of M&Ms. It was 2006. And I opened the drawer and I showed her and I said, "Do you want some?" She goes, "No, I'm on a diet." So I shut them. Um, I shut the drawer and she goes, "You're gonna get fat," because she was a little chubby, but at least she knew not to eat the candy. Because the worst thing to do is to eat little chocolate candies because it's too much sugar in it. So Norma didn't realize that fruit is the other thing too. She's not big on candy, but she loves to eat all the fruit because we're growing fruit in the yard. We just picked a huge papaya. There's so many, so she loves that, and she eats all the little fruits. I can't even name them all. Apples, bananas, mangoes. Um, there's Japanese apples. We import them from Japan and Korea. I think some of them come from Korea, but they're huge. And she's just always eating fruit, and that's not good for you to eat that much fruit. So I said, "We gotta cut that because it's a starch." I didn't know that. Yeah, all fruit is starch, so you gotta be aware. That's why juicing stopped being a thing because people realized they're on a juice kick. They were buying all these because the conglomerate wanted you to buy their juicers. So now everybody buys a juicer and then it's up in the cabinet because they realized that it was making them gain weight. Because fruit has sugar, folks. Fruit is sugar, and it's making you gain, especially when you're older. You know, I don't play floor hockey and basketball and ice hockey. We're gonna get. I still skate, but not as much because it's too far away. It takes 90 minutes to get there, and it's a day trip, so we're not there all the time. I'm 66. She just turned 57, which means I'm going to have a birthday. My birthday's in like roughly 2 weeks. So there'll be cake and cookies and soda pop and spaghetti and pizza and rice, all starches. When Filipinos have a big meal, a big gathering, it's all the dishes are starch. And then there's meat. So the best thing to eat is natural meat, like chicken or fish and some beef or lamb. The meat, the natural, so the processed meat is also not really good for you. All the Italian cold cuts, the ham, the bologna, the salami, the pepperoni pizza, that meat's not good for you. So all the processed meats, the deli meats I call them, it's not really good for you. I have a weakness for ham. I don't I don't eat perfect. I'm not a perfect eater. My diet's not perfect. Neither is the paleo diet. It's 85% meat, vegetables, and 15% whatever you want. And make sure you drink plenty of clear water. So we do that, but it's maybe not an 85-15 for me. That's why we're not perfect. We're not in perfect health, guys. There's no perfect diet. It's good, but your diet needs to make you happy. That's what happiness is. You weren't born to be happy. You were born to be virtuous. And then when you do that and you live a good life, you will be happy. There will be tribulations that doesn't make you happy. The tribulation doesn't make you happy. Getting through it will make you happy. So you have to go through that. Trials and tribulations can make you happy. Not necessarily. You got to respond to it the right way. Why does this person always do that? There's a person, I don't see her every day, but I've known her for three and a half years I've been here. She always comments, and this is against terms of service. She always comments in one of my videos that she wants me to come to her channel, either because of a video or a live stream. It's like, that's against terms of service. Now, YouTube doesn't automatically shut you down, but if you complain, they might do something. I won't complain. It's just, stop it. It's okay. It's okay, I guess. That's not really a problem. So, we are on almost at the 90-minute mark. Let's see. Let's analyze this live stream. I'm in the habit of that now. I never did that while we were live, but we just had fun. But not a lot of likes, guys. Where's the like button? Smash that like button. We're over 400 views. Peak of 21. Nothing happening. So that's my fault. That's totally my fault. Nothing happening. Totally my fault. I said this is about you, which means if you chat, I will talk to you that way. But if you're just posting emojis and single words, that's not going to do it. We already talked about Trump. Trump's the real leader. Nikki Haley, her votes are coming from the other. This is the primary, and her votes are coming from the Democrats because they know Joe Biden won't lose. It's because it's fixed. It's fixed. It's like unbelievable. Okay, everybody go into the Republican primary and vote against Trump. And then they're happy to do so because they're dummies. You don't know what you're getting. You don't get to keep your job. If your company is telling you that in order to keep your job, you need to vote for people other than Trump, they're doing two things. They're lying to you and they're ripping you off. All right? They're not supporting you. These conglomerates are putting a noose around their own neck and hanging themselves, and they're going to find out too late. Jordan Peterson made a video over a year ago to the CEOs, stop this woke nonsense. So now they're going to get rid of DEI and tell you that it's something else, and it'll still be there. Just like global warming. Well, it's not global warming, it's climate change. The climate always changes. When they started this global warming narrative, the temperatures had fallen, and they were telling us that there was a coming ice age. And then we have to close the hole in the ozone layer and all this crap and make it warmer. And now that they did that, although at least they're saying they did it, now there's global warming and climate change. It's like nonsense. Nothing about that is. I can't say nothing about that is true. They're taking a fact and then they're spinning a narrative, and they're doing that times 100, times 101. Leftism 101. Rule the world 101. Tell them the lives of their children is at stake, and they'll wait for you to tell them what to do about it. And they'll do it. They will obey because for the sake of their children, they'll do almost anything. They'll do what they're told. And we'll tell you we're the experts, and 80% of all scientists agree. We can prove scientifically that evolution is fake. There's nothing true about it. It's all a dreamed up theory that was created 150 years ago. Plus, over 150 years ago, they had no knowledge of hardly anything that we know to keep saying that they're scientists. It's absurd. That's the word that comes out of my mouth. Electronic interference, really? Is that what everybody else is hearing? It's, it's hard. That comes out. Well, I can check it for 2 seconds, but I don't. I don't know if that's not telling me the full sound. The continuous sound. Electronic interference. I wonder if what does it sound like? I'm wondering if YouTube's doing that because I'm spinning against their narrative. The narrative that they're hugging, the tree savers. They save the planet for the future of the planet. These are all people that are like 50s, 60s, and 70s, and even older, that think they're still going to be alive because of some chip in their head. They're out of their minds. Mr. Beast, over 100 million subscribers. He makes millions on YouTube, and I don't have any money in the bank. I give it all away. Yeah, you give it all away. You have millions of dollars, and you have a corporation now, and he lives there. He lives in one of his offices, sleeps on a couch. You're not going to keep doing that. It's absurd. It's all absurd. You're going to get old. If you're lucky, you'll grow old. People say it's sad when young people die. Well, they get to stay young. Time is only for the living. For the dead, there's no time. You're either going to be in heaven for an eternity or hell. If you pick the broad road where everyone's going, it'll be hell. There's a question: if I go to heaven, will I be sad about when I find out that I have family and friends in hell? No, you won't, because there will only be joy in heaven. There will be no sadness and no sorrow. There will only be joy. Because everything you were told, we'll find out, yeah. I don't think, let me check this plug. Check it again. I'm wondering if I think that camera is right in the right place. I know. How's that? My head should only be in the middle. All right, that's what I'm gonna do. It looks better on the live cam than it looks on my 5 second delay, 4 or 5 seconds. Anyway, if you're still watching, thank you guys for coming in and watching. Bessie, if you have anything to do, don't worry about me. I'm all set. I'm good. We got you as a view. Thank you. We got plenty of watch hours, all that stuff. So if you have something that's not getting done, go ahead and do it. It's January, and we already had the Iowa caucus and the New Hampshire primary. That is unbelievable. It's going to last for 10 months, just over 10 months. Well, now it's 10 months away, right? So, yeah. In 10 months, we'll know who's elected president for next year. So, but the underhanded things that Democrats will do to stay in power is disgusting. Now they'll say we have a right to it. Yeah, you have a right to mail-in ballots too, which those will all be corralled into the hands of one vote, and they'll all be for Biden. So Trump has to win by more than 30 million. I don't know how many ballots went out. 4 years ago, we were thinking that it was 30 million, and that's approximately how many he won by, or how many extra votes he had, I should say. He didn't win by 30 million, but he had 30 million extra votes. He shouldn't have won. The late voting should have all gone to Trump, not Biden. He should have got the early voting, which was the paper ballots. They stuffed the ballot boxes. And there was a couple of swing states that went along with it for for whatever reason, this is legal. We certify it. Okay. And then they had people on the street. He should be in jail because he's arguing. He's complaining still. That's his right. As a matter of fact, it's his obligation. It's just his right. He's obligated to 81 million voters to do that. Well, he should be in jail. Oh, really? With 81 million votes, he's supposed to be in jail, really? What's the greatest thing you ever did? That's what I say to people. What's the greatest thing you ever did? I'll wait. Everybody in the chat, that's a good question. I want to know, what is the greatest thing you ever did? Let's see that. Wait, then I can let that go in there. All right. So we're past the 90-minute mark, but I'm going to do it anyway. I don't usually change the title this far in, but I'm going to. What is the greatest thing you ever did? Wow. I click all over the place to get this on, to show it on YouTube. Why is that? My dog's barking. Why? Is he hungry? It's not lunchtime yet. I'll feed him in a little bit unless you want to feed him. So, what is the greatest? I've done some good things. I had this conversation in either 2017, it might have been 2018, with my daughter before we bought the house together. And she said, Dad, you have a great life. You've been around the world 10 times. You drive a Lexus. You have a great job, hotel controller. That's the job. People would die for that job. What else have I done? You were a DJ at 5 clubs. You're a hotel controller. What? You have 3 beautiful daughters that love you, and there's all sorts of things going on for you. And so when people say things, I say, what? Especially when they're bashing like what I believe in. I say, what's the greatest thing you ever did? No, I don't know. Beauty school dropout. That's the greatest thing you ever did. Beauty school. You went to beauty school for about a week and then you dropped out. That's not exactly. That's not exactly a psychology major. I went to college. I got a degree. I got a degree in communications. Really? Oh, there's so many degrees that don't make you smart. A degree doesn't make you smart. The degree just says you attended school and you finished. That's all the degree is. Most people don't even do their own thesis. They have someone else do it, and then they turn it in. So, yep. So that was coming up. Len said that at 11:16 after the hour. Okay. I'll try to remember that. 16 after the hour, I have electronic interference. We'll see. Oh, you know what? I don't think that's it. But stay right there, guys. I will be right back. I need to hit that CR, and I'll be right back, guys. think we're going to stay live right here. I'm still live. I'm hungry. Yeah. I didn't give you some food. I need water. Is he lonely? He's lonely. Oh, all right. So, how is it now? Is it still happening, Lynn? I don't know if Lynn's still here, but he said there was electronic clicking. Maybe YouTube chasing everyone away. Thank you for the watch, dear. I have the Filipino a little bit. Not, I mean, it's not complete, but a little bit of the Filipino accent now. I'm talking funny, you know, just a little. Who brought the water? I didn't see. Was that Norma? I didn't. Because of course, yeah, it was Norma. There's 4 people, including myself. There's 4 people here. Be Stupid's here. Say hello to Be Stupid, guys. What does that mean? Are you kidding? I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of people that be stupid. Thanks for coming in. All I ask is, if I give you a jacket, I guess it's if you come in, it just tells you. The rules are pretty much the same at every live stream. Questions are welcome. Just be. I don't know if I can review. Can I? I don't even know if I can review that. Where is that? No. I should not be in here. Nope, not doing that. Don't mess with my name. I'm just trying to get it right. Be stupid. Yep. No insults here. I don't intend to do insults. I actually hate when someone does live streams and they insult you, and then they have that look on their face like they're on drugs. I don't like that. Nobody likes that. Only ask. Well, I'm not asking anything really. I'll let you know. I love the thumbs up button. I appreciate that, guys. If you want to do that, it's totally up to you. Totally. Who's going to win the Super Bowl? Who's going to get into the Super Bowl? This is a tough one because I like the favorites, but I also appreciate the 2 visitors, the Lions and the Chiefs. I appreciate all 4 teams in the Final Four. That's where it's hard because if you think it's fixed, then you got to say, oh, they're going to have Kansas City coming in here and winning. That's not out of the question because they won before. They can win again. That's true. They've already beaten Miami. That's true. Presley's still here. Be Stupid. What is? Everyone's gonna mess with that as a name. What's up? What's going on over there? What's the greatest thing you ever did? When I get in a debate with people about the truth and about what's real and what isn't, and it's not going well, that's what I'll say to them. What's What's your greatest accomplishment? I'm in the Philippines right now. I am a permanent resident. I married a Filipino 3 years ago, and I remarried her on our first anniversary. There's videos. I have videos on all that stuff. So if you want details, just scroll in. I'm from New England. The big city was Boston. Audrey Canlas, hello. Thank you. Thanks for stopping in. Good to see you. Good to see you. Questions are welcome. That's how you'll get talked about. But I'll just respond. Whatever you say, I'm just going to respond to it. That's all. Hello is good. Thanks for the view. Well, I'm speaking mostly English. My wife talks to me in Filipino because she's trying to get me accustomed. So all I hear is people speaking Filipino here. I studied a lot when I knew less. Nagagutom ako. I know phrases. Actually, there's a lot of phrases in my head, but they don't. I'm not thinking in the. May pagkain na ako. I'm lying. I just lied to her. May pagkain na ako. Gusto ko ng pagkain. Natutuwa ako. Gutom na ako. Nagugutom ako. Nagdadasal ako. See, I gotta be able to figure out what she just said because they're speaking in full speed. They don't slow down just so I will understand it. So what the problem is listening and hearing what they're saying, and then remembering what that means. That's my problem right now. Like I remembered Ayoko, but I didn't remember Ayoko Nyan or Ayoko Anlasa. We're gonna get something delicious. Noot sarap, for sure. Audrey, keep chatting and I'll give you a jacket. You gotta chat more than once. So kaya ko yan. Hindi ko sinasadya. I say a lot of things I don't mean, but I don't lie. I don't like to lie. I get a terrible feeling in my gut when I lie. Where do you think that comes from, guys? Why do you get a bad feeling when you lie or you commit a crime? You get a bad feeling. Oh no! It doesn't let you sleep. That's the Lord. That's the Lord fighting with you. Hindi ko kailangan ng tulong mo. No, salamat ka sa tulong mo. That's for sure. Galing mag-Tagalog. That's what they always say to me when I say a phrase. They say galing mag-Tagalog. Yeah, I should. There's a lot of phrases and words in my head, but it's jumbled up. It's like when you buy a puzzle, the pieces are all mixed up. That's where I am right now. So gusto ko na dito. Let's see. What's a negative? I'm on the section where there's negatives. Okay. Gusto ko ang lasa. We're gonna get something delicious. I don't know what we're eating. It's a huge surprise.
Sinigang silog.
What? Sinigang silog.
Sinigang silog.
I have not had this. Well, I have had it, but not lately.
Soup.
Sinigang silog
Sabaw
right here,
ng
guys.
sinigang.
Check it out. It's on a blue platter.
Yes.
The eggs right there, eatlog right there, rice in the middle, garlic
And
rice,
sinigang.
and sinigang soup. That's like a big pile of
The
vegetables.
soup is here. The soup is here.
And a cup of soup. So sinigang, garlic rice,
silog.
and eggs, eatlog.
Okay.
Mm.
Enjoy.
Too much food. I'll be eating for the next segment, guys. So there it is. Check it out. Oh, Sam. Let's move the camera. And we'll check that out.
Sinigang silog.
We'll make a beautiful video of that. That would be like a short or something. Let's turn that around.
Nice.
Sinigang. Something's going to happen. I better put this down. There's the egg, rice, sinigang, and sinigang soup over in the cup over there. I'm going to make sure. Wait, I'm going to turn that around. Make sure that's not going to fall.
Right.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, loved one. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I love my wife. Let's try this. It's pork sinigang.
Pork sinigang. And
Honey, you want to get married 3 times? No, I can't eat that. No, I can't
just
eat
leave
that.
it there.
All right, just
3
leave it there.
times.
More food.
Too much. Too much marriage.
You know what will be the problem? Honey, we will forget our wedding date.
Yeah, it's twice already.
When they asked me to write that down on the application, I thought, wait a minute, which one is the right date? Because if you make a mistake, they don't accept you, and then it's like start over. That's the other thing. Every little mistake, they give it back to you, and they say you need to do that over. So, guys, we have yummy masarap sinigang here. Even sinigang soup. This is like tea. Alam ko ang pakiramdam. Oh, that's good going down. That tastes good on an empty stomach. I'm enjoying the sinigang today, guys. Where's the mouse? She pushed the mouse out of the way. I can't. Masarap, not sarap. Bang sarap. Hindi ko maiintindihan. Gusto kong mag-pizza.
Ay, sinigang, kain na.
She gives me sinigang silog, right? And then I say I want pizza. I don't want pizza. I'm just kidding. I want what I have. If you want what you have, you will be happy. So, guys, don't worship your wife. Just let her stand beside you. We get the rice here. We're going to spill this. This is going to spill.
You want knife?
What the Filipinos do is they'll take a little sinigang, a little rice, and a little egg, and a little pork, and they'll put it all on one spoon, and they'll put a mixed bite in their mouth. Yeah. We got a good audience today. The Daniel channel is here. Be Stupid is here. Pressy Manzanero is hanging out. Thank you, Be Stupid. Thank you for say everybody makes fun of you. Of course, that Len Whistler's also here. Of course, they're gonna make fun of that. Be Stupid. I think I gave you a jacket. You're all set if you're still here. Thank you. The Daniel channel is here. Daniel, you're doing the Daniel's a gamer. You gotta think of more things though if you want your channel to grow. This is gonna get cold because this is a huge breakfast. Name a dog, please. I have a golden retriever out back. Now, my other dog, my other Filipino dog, she died and at the end of November, so right around the 3rd or 4th of December, we got a new dog, golden retriever. He barks a little bit more than her, but not that much, just a little bit more. She didn't really bark much. I didn't realize how old she was. I guess she was. We got two dogs that looked alike, boy and girl. They were puppies. They were not. Norma got them. They were puppies. And it was Carla and Carlos, but Carlos died as a baby, and then Carla lived, but now she finally died. What's 64? Are you 64 years old? What's going on there? This is cold. Oh, we got. I don't know what that is. Is that? Oh, it's okra. Why'd you give me okra? You know I don't like it. They keep putting okra in there, and she knows I don't like it. But I gotta eat it. I'll eat it, but I don't. My dog died too, but the little dog of my throwaway when he was a baby. What? What are you trying to say there? I'm misunderstanding that. Zaldi Castro, kumusta ka? Dimpo. Thank you. Kumusta ka, Dimpo? No, I haven't heard of Siren Head. Tiffany Swisher's here. Welcome back. Thank you for coming in. I better use the spoon here so I don't spill. We got, what else do we have here? Oh, I don't know if I can eat that. I've told her 100 times I don't like okra, and 100 times I get okra. But the sinigang tastes good. That's so. What is that? I can't eat that. Too much fat. Not bad. Tiffany, do shorts. Make short. How long are they? You got to get a following. How big's your? First of all, you need a picture on your channel. The letter T that says that you don't have a channel. So if you do have a channel, come in on your main channel. I would start doing shorts if I were you. Because that's what YouTube is. They'll push your shorts. And a mythical creature lived in the USA. It was a creature. He lived in the jungle of the soybean forest and can be found in the cave. Picture back then said all that creature still lives today. No, I haven't heard of that. I wouldn't worry about it. Tiffany, go 20 to 25 seconds, 15 to 25 seconds, and do shorts. And post 2 per day for 2 weeks and see what happens. what I'm doing, I started off, I didn't post that many. And then I had one or two with a lot of views, and I thought, I'm going to start doing this. It's jeepneys. And now I do 6 per day, 6 or 7. Last 2 days I did like 10 each day. So, but I won't keep that up. Because one day I didn't do very many, so I thought I would do extra. And now in the last 28 days, I have 500,000 views in just 28 days. So, but you have to go do the 1 or 2 minute videos, but also do shorts. See what happens. Thank you for coming in, Tiffany. See you later. Enjoy. Good luck with the videos. Search the siren head. That sounds like a shark. Siren head. It's like hammerhead shark. I don't know. I get enough to worry about. We'll see. If I remember, I will take a quick look and search that. If I remember. You never know. But if it's real, then they won't call it mythical. See, YouTube doesn't believe in God. They believe in but they believe in the devil. The devil's okay, but God's not. Salvi, hello, good morning. It's still morning time. A few more minutes to morning, guys, before the magical lunch hour hits. Oh, and I got the egg all over this. I don't know how I'm going to eat this, Mama. It's hard to eat synagogue on the live stream, honey.
Oh, sorry.
Maybe I'll warm it up later. I'll warm that up later. It's too hard. I'll just warm it up later after the show.
Okay.
Long engaged body like a pole, and can play music of human screams in the forest. Its high is 40 feet tall and can jump. Scar it with another musical creature. It is a cartoon. Yeah, I don't know about that. A lot of things are happening that we think are real, and it's something else. Like we think things are coming out of the sea that are. We think it's one thing, but it's another. It may be true that something is there, but we think it's the thing that it is not. Back in the 1800s, 130 years ago, Jules Verne used to write stories about how there's somebody with a sophisticated submarine under the water, and they were hiding from government, and they knew everything that the government knew, and his ship did all kinds of things, which would have been futuristic back then. But now we look and we go, oh, we could probably do that if we tried. So who knows if they're not doing that? And then that's what we see on the radar. There could be people down there doing that. Or it could be demons, which do exist. Cat with a humanoid body that can stretch about 234 miles. He can catch and see. Well, we know cats don't swim underwater, so it ain't a cat. Could be a catfish. Catfish has long, engaged bodies, so it could be a catfish. Catch and see. A cat with a humanoid body. I will. Maybe I'll look that up, but I haven't heard anyone say that. Or maybe it's an entity or a person that's doing that. It's remotely possible. I don't know. Hmm. Magpapaliwanag ako. I will explain. Kumain ka pa. I have eaten. I'm almost done. I'll eat the sinigang later. Can't eat that now. It's hard enough to eat the egg and rice. If I don't eat every morsel of rice, my Filipino wife will say, eat it all. Eat it all. Natapos mo na. Hindi ka na magtapos. Ikaw ba? Hindi mo ba naiintindihan? Gusto mo ba ito? I will finish the. Oh, I also have banana. The small one, the Filipino bananas. I will have the sinigang later. It's a small, it's a cup-sized bowl. Very small.
You're done? I take off today.
Oh,
Okay. So, ay, sabaw.
salamat sa pagkain.
Gusto mo pa sabaw?
No more, no more. I'll have a cup of coffee. Salamat sa pagkain.
Gusto mo kape?
Oo. So who has the pictures about that? How's that? I'll Google that. See what I come up with. The most famous mythical creature is, according to, I guess, Google, is Bigfoot. Oh, wait a minute. This is it. Let's see. Let's see what it says.
Mainit ah. Mainit. Careful.
Thank you. It's bringing me around in circles.
What do you want?
List of legendary creepers, but yeah, it's bringing me around in circles. It's not giving me a website. This article has multiple issues. All right, so there's a lot of issues with this. So, Bahamut, this is alphabetical order. What's the name of that creature? Nothing in the USA, though. They're all in other countries. Thank you, Tiffany. Oops, I went backwards. Yep. What do they call it? Did you tell me what they call it? King Scorpion the First. What is going on? Guess who's back? Is that Scorpion the Rapper? Let me check it out. I'm opening too many tabs. I better shut some. So, King Scorpion, I'm telling you, I'm posting 6 shorts per day. Yeah, when I looked at list of mythical creatures, it didn't give me anything from the USA. So, are you sure that's the USA? The Scorpion King Rapper, King Scorpion the First. Oh, yeah, I figured that out. Adrian, welcome to the show. I keep a secret. I always watch that on YouTube, but I see fake videos. I will still want to find out the secret. Yeah, just give me the link. That's all. Not everything is true. When I went to the Wikipedia list of legendary creatures by type, I don't find anything to be an American myth. Canadian mugwump, a giant sturgeon monster said to inhabit Lake Temiskaming in Ontario. Sea goat is Greek, half goat, half fish. Selkie is Scottish, shape shifting seal people. The water bull is Scottish. I noticed the farther north you go, the more mythical creatures you get. I'm not saying they're not true. But I am saying that you got to go farther north to hear about it. Mostly Scottish, Germanic, Britain, Greek. The Greeks are in warm weather. Horse with a fishtail. Hippocampus. You're seeing this is like a cat? Yeah, I don't see it here. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, those are just marine animals. Hold on. But you did say it's in the water. We got a lot of bats. Oh, birds, bats, arthropods, aquatic and marine animals. Arthropods. Mothman is a man with moth wings and features. That's American. I said that because that's American. If it's American, bats we see mostly from Australia and Polynesia. One is Hindu, one's Greek, Mayan. Bird, lots of birds. Chickens, eagles, owls, carnivores, a couple of bears, but not from America. Canines, lots of dogs. Felines, here we go. The belly-tailed cat. Feline similar to a mountain lion, except with a long tail with bulbous end used for striking its prey. Cactus cat, a feline of the American Southwest with hair-like thorns that intoxicates itself by the consumption of cactus water. Demon cat, North America, a ghost cat who is purported to haunt the government buildings of Washington, D.C. Well, we know that the people that go to Washington are all liars and are deserving of punishment. Now the thing is, they're all like multimillionaires. Underwater panther, but there's nothing. Ojibwe. In Ojibwe is one of the most important of several mythical water beings among many indigenous peoples of the northeastern woodlands Great Lakes region, particularly among the Anishinaabe. Lions, lots of lions. Hyenas, moose toads, fish. Let's see what we have here. Obviously, mermaids, water spirit, marsupials, mollusks, primates. Agropelter, U.S. and Canada. Bigfoot or Sasquatch, North America. Similar, Hibagon, similar to Bigfoot. San Wukong, that's China. There's so many names here. There's so many, including the Loch Ness Monster. It's a limbed reptile. So many. There's actually a jackrabbit with antelope horns in North America called the jackalope. I haven't heard of any of this stuff. We're still going. We're only halfway through. Coprids. I don't know what that is. I guess these are horses. Pachyderms. Not a lot of them are from America, though. You said American. So, and it says at the beginning that this article has multiple issues. So, all right. So that's a lot of time I spent on that. Francia Domenico. Francia Domenico, thanks for coming in. All right. I'm looking for, because we do a little karaoke, so when you do shorts, there's a library of 1 minute clips. Most of my shorts are 15 to 20 seconds, so they don't even, I can take a 1 minute clip, but only get the first 15 or 20 seconds, however long the video is. And I like a lot of them, but I would prefer to learn to sing a couple of those songs. So anyway, just put the link to your newest video there, Scorpion. Just put the link to your newest video, and then whoever wants to see that can go see it. All right. Oh, I'm already on your channel. Hold on. You're not doing shorts? Why don't you cut some snippets of your shorts, and if you have the rights to it, and snippets of your new releases, and make shorts out of it. And if people like it, they'll look for the full version. Sort of like grab it at the highlight. Looks like you have a good channel. I don't even know where to look first. But I'm not sure if your shorts, yeah, you're doing that a little bit, but just take a highlight of the song and make it into a short. And, yeah. Still getting a lot of wind. Wind and clear skies, that's very unusual. Buti kapa. Magandang umaga. Buti kapa. Huwag kayong mag-away. Huwag kayong mag-away. So that's the Scorpion King Scorpion the First. He's tweaking his name there. He's the rapper. Awesome. He's trying to figure out what sticks. Yeah, find something and stick with it. Thanks for watching, guys. So, King, if there's no link, if you have a link to a new video, especially like your own song, go ahead and drop that in there. He might have popped out by now. But King Scorpion on phone, if you just click the chat, you can go to his channel and see what he's got. He's starting to grow his music channel, guys. He's a young rapper. If you're into that sort of thing, so I was in the they called it the urban record poll. Excuse me, they featured a lot of rap music, but it was the urban record poll. That was back in the early 90s, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, up till 95. Uh, all the It wasn't all the rap music, it was all the rap music that they were willing to give me as a DJ in the pool. Yeah, just drop a link to the latest and then we'll have people go see that. I don't know. We got 18 million people in the audience. I don't know how many are going to go see rap music. But anyway, if they like rap or interested, go check it out, guys. There's the link right there. Thanks for sharing, Scorpion. King Scorpion, awesome. I still like Scorpion King, but that's because that's what I'm accustomed to. Guys, if you're enjoying the live, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Officially my name now. Okay, King Scorpion, the first. It is what it is. Lahat ng sinabi ko sa'yo ay totoo. Lahat ng sinabi ko sa'yo ay totoo. Everything I told you is true. People hate Trump because they think he's lying. He's the only one that isn't lying. All the others are lying. They're liars. Politicians are liars. They're all going into the lake of fire. If you think that's not true, tell me how. Tell me how. Tell me how. Make it better. The views went up. We just hit 25 concurrent just a minute ago. That's awesome. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much. They're coming in and out. They take a look. Oh, not a chick. I gotta go. See ya. And then they leave. That's a good. They see a chick, they'll stop for a few seconds and then they'll leave. A few seconds longer, I should say. Yeah. Men want to see chicks, especially younger men between 20 and 40. They want to see chicks. Then when they find out the girl's over 40, see ya. Or that she's talking about her boyfriend, see ya. They want the girl to sit up there and go, I'm young and I'm proud. I say it loud. And I'm looking for one of you lucky guys in the chat. Don't go away. Guys, don't go away. I got girls in the next room. And you can win one if the price is right. Woo! They'll all come back. Thumbs up, thumbs up. I just went live today, but I will be going live most likely on weekends. I don't know I'm just here to see what happens. I don't know what people what they're looking for or what they want. Some people want to hear gossip. Like, where's Bama? When's he getting out? Guys, I just sent 10,000 over to get Bama out, and they won't let him out. I'll get more people watching than anything. I don't know. I don't know if it's Bama or Scorpio or what the heck his name is. Scorpion or what? He's in the Cebu area, and he's in minimum security prison. I guess he's in lockdown. But it's not because of any pandemic. It's non-payment of visa fees and fines for late payment. So there's a number of associated fees with every visa, and it all has to get paid, not just the visa fees. Yep, I know you're a Scorpion. That's all I'm gonna call you, Scorpion. That's just me, though. That's not everybody. King Scorpion the First. I guess that's what he's going by. That's what people are looking for. I don't know what people are looking for. I don't know everything. Someone once said to the former Beatle, John Lennon, "Why don't you do a public service announcement and tell people to stop doing LSD, the drug?" And he just went, "What? I can't tell people. I can't say that to people. They don't. They're not listening to me tell them what not to do. They're listening to me to tell them that I have a new song. That's all. They don't care. And he was right about that. He was right about that. People don't care about your public service announcement. They care about the music. And what are you doing here? Look who's here. She's back. And all four of your paws have sharp claws, and I don't like it. I do not like it. She's wondering what the heck I'm talking about. Cats don't know what you're talking about. They know tone of voice. We'll go down there, okay? Goodbye. They know tone of voice. She'll jump back up here in the next 5 minutes or less. Yeah, Siamese cats. They're my favorite. I didn't want anything but a Siamese. So now there's a cat. We have an 8-foot wall surrounding the premises. It's a good space. And a cat, I guess she gets up a tree on the other side and then comes to the top of the wall and then jumps down and gets in the yard for food and other whatever she finds here. She meows her head off because she wants food, I guess, among other things. But when I feed her, she keeps meowing. It's like I think we're stuck with a wild cat, honey. She doesn't look very dirty. She's a little dusty, but it's not that bad compared to what I see out there on the streets. There's a lot of street animals, and possibly that they have owners that don't really clean them up. I'm not sure, but if they're not getting fed every day, they'll come here and get food. We have a dog too. It's a golden retriever. We just got him in December because our previous dog died. Norma loves dogs. She likes the cat. She loves the cat too, but she doesn't want the animals. She doesn't want the dog in the house. It's okay because it's never too cold out. It's always warm here. They don't freeze to death. This morning it was 79 degrees. At I think at 8 or 9 a.m. it was already 79 degrees. So the dog sleeps outside. The dog never comes in. There's no heat anyway. It's almost the only difference is the wind's blowing outside. It's not the wind doesn't blow inside. So I'm gonna check that reservoir is getting full. So golden retriever, they're good dogs, but they love to eat. They can't stop eating. I mean, he only eats what I give him, but if I want to give him more, he'll eat it. But Norman doesn't want to give him bones. I say, well, dogs should have chicken bones at least, and maybe a beef bone every once in a while, but just to keep his mouth busy. But she doesn't want to do it. And I'd say, well, we feed bones. The other dog died, so she thinks chicken bones is why she's dead. I said, no, he probably got a piece of chocolate or something. I don't know. Or maybe she just it was the end of her life. Who knows? Sometimes dogs die at 7. I don't know if she was 7 or 8. I don't know. Some dogs live longer, but not all. Not all dogs. Guys, maybe I sing a song, but not yet. I gotta see that CR because of too much fluid. I'll be right back in like 1 minute, guys. Don't go away. Thanks for coming in. Thank you, guys. You fed Charlie? All right. You probably gave him too much. I don't know how thankful they are that Animals don't know food costs money. I don't think they know that. They don't know that. They don't have a concept of money. Cats and dogs don't know. Terrorists, how's y'all time in your country, mate? Ours is 12:20. It's 12:20 p.m. here daytime. Lunchtime. Magandang tanghali sayo. Salahat. Nice, beautiful sunny day. It's breezy. It's about 81 degrees. Thanks for coming in, terrorists. Thank you for subbing. Thanks for subscribing and chatting. Thank you. I appreciate it. So you're in Perth. Are you in Perth? Perth, Australia? Let's see. I will go to channel. Oh, wait. Hold on. Don't go away. Stay right there. Rock a curve. Rock a curve of Jesus. All right. Thanks for coming in. Thank you so much. Do I know Formula One? I know of them. I don't really know much about it. What is your role in Formula One? What do you do in Formula One racing? King Scorpion. I keep forgetting where you are. I thought you were in California. What What is your part in Formula One car racing? I always thought that was the best, but I just don't know much about it. I like the funny cars too because of it's funny. Nothing funny about it. It's just crazy. But that's what they call it, funny cars. Ayrton Senna, he has a great Brazilian Formula 2 on driving. No, I don't know him. I don't know. Nope. I don't follow racing. I just know of it. And I know people either love it or they don't care about it. You're in New Jersey. Why do I keep forgetting that? I keep thinking that you're in California somewhere. Somewhere like in Bakersfield or something. I know John, John lives in Bakersfield too, but for some reason I thought you were also near there. Somewhere between San Francisco and LA. You're in New Jersey. It's cold. Sucks to be you in New Jersey. All of you, all however many million, all 20 million of you. It's no fun to be in snow and cold weather. You gotta stay indoors, or you gotta bundle up, get out to your car, shovel and clean snow around your car in the driveway, and then get out, and then you're in your car. You get the heat running. It's not warm right away. You gotta warm it up. That's like, and whenever it snows, you gotta do that, and that's a pain in the ass. This the nature's timing of snowfalls. You have to deal with that on nature's time, not yours. No, the season. Yeah, I know all about that. If I never see snow and cold and ice again, it'll be too soon. It's so good here. We don't have hot and cold water faucets. We just have water, and sometimes it's warm. If the water can get warm outside for whatever reason, the pipes will warm up, and then you'll get warm water out of the pipes. You can't run it. You can maybe run it, and after a while, it won't be as warm. But Senna died in 1994 due to a crash on the wall of his Formula One car. I'm not that familiar with that. The thing is, summers are so short. Maybe New Jersey is a little bit longer than New England, but I always found as soon as it's hot, it's like, okay, we got to get through these hot days. And it can get very hot in New England in July. It can hit 100, but that's in New England. You're so geared up for the cold that you can't deal with 95 to 100. Even if it's over 92, 93, it seems too hot. But here, it's over 90 half the time, and then it's over 80 the rest of the time. This is like this morning. It was like 79. It might have dropped a little bit more than that, but not much. Probably didn't drop below 77 or 78. It usually doesn't go below that. Lee Sung Soon is still here. Thank you for hanging out. Hot chocolate. Yeah, there's a music way back in the 70s and 80s there, hot chocolate. They had a couple of hits. They weren't bad. They were like a multicolored group, crossover type music. You're a moderator, terrorist. You're a moderator. Just don't be too harsh. Summer is. Wait, I can't read the last chat. 4 months long. Yeah, that's about what New England is. I mean, on any year, you don't know if it's going to be 2 more weeks of cold or whatever, or early end. You don't know if September and April are going to be nice. May, June, July, August. A little bit of September, and maybe some nice days in April. That's what you're looking at. So it's not long enough. The year is 12 months long. It's never cold here. I mean, it's usually between 80 and 95 here, I'd say. So you get a 15-degree range. It's usually at least 80. Like I said this morning, when I looked this morning, it was 79, and then I said, "Well, that's Rizal. I'll check my town," and my town was like 81. So I don't know where they're getting it from, Rizal. I don't know. It could be Mythical. I'm not sure. Watching from Bakersfield. There's Bakersfield right there watching. Thanks, John. Thanks for watching. I love you guys that keep coming back. It's awesome. By the way, what year were you born? I know you. Vintage pants. I get vintage pants on right now. I think. I don't know what anyone's going to think, but I don't know if you can see it. They're shorts. They're cut off above the knee. Can't wear long pants. If we're wearing long pants, it's because I'm going to church or to the Bureau of Immigration. That's over. I'm permanent now. I don't need to do that anymore. Exposing people. What's going on with you wise guys? Have you seen an accident nearly on your house? What kind of an accident? We're surrounded by 8-foot wall here, wall and steel fence. So it's hard to break in here. If you have maybe like a police truck or something, you can smash through. So why are you here? You know where I live. Good luck if you know where I live. There's good people around here. Nobody bothers me. Norma said, "This firm is here," and I said, "Yeah." Are they old? She says, "Yeah." So the thing is, we're all growing older, guys. So I've been here a couple of years, so sooner or later I'll be older and older. As the days go by, I've never been this old, and I'll never be this young. It's hard to wrap your head about. It's hard to wrap your head around that. You have never been this old, and you'll never be this young as you are today. Wait, I gotta check something. Hold on. So, exposing people. What do you expose? The truth? I don't lie, so there's nothing really to find out. Nothing that I've already done. Oh, I'm getting my battery's going down 21%. 21%. I only charged up to 90, and the mic is taking the charger. So what's happening? I got too many things open. I gotta close some. I gotta close tabs so I can stay alive. There we go. All right. I decided not to sing today. I don't know why. I've seen worse accident, but it's now old. The worst accident is the 1955 24-hour race of Le Mans cars. A driver hit another driver and flew into the air to the stage of people's killed it. Oh, what year is that? 1955? I heard about something like that, but it's not on the top of my mind. It's kind of too long ago. The last bad accident in an automobile race was when Dale Earnhardt Jr. died. Oh no, Dale Earnhardt Sr. died. And the car was he driving? I forgot what car he had. It was the number 3 car, right? Because I'm forgetting the driver's. My hotel had the number 2 car, the Bud Light car. Can't remember his name because we were advertising him at the Kansas Speedway. We were a nearby hotel. It wasn't right there because it's the middle of nowhere. So we had enough rooms that people stayed at our hotel. But the Bud Light car was out front, number 2. I forgot his name. I thought Rusty Wallace. Um, that's when I found out. And we're on a little bit. We got a little bit more time, guys. So maybe an hour if we're lucky. That's when I found out they have like 5 or 6 cars that look alike. The Everything on the car is a decal, including the front and rear lights. I think they have brake lights, but even that I'm not sure of. Yeah, condolences. What does that mean? Well, I hope they got themselves right with God. That's why you need to do it now, guys. You never know when you're going to go to a race and the race cars are going to fly in the air and come and hit you. How many grandsons? I have one. I have 1 grandson and 3 granddaughters. They're in the USA. I'm in the Philippines, so that's all I can tell you. They're all small. The oldest is 6, and the youngest she's 2. So I think there's a 4-year-old, and there's 2. There's Jericho. Well, he'll soon be 2. He's 1. He's the youngest. Hold on. Hold on. It takes so long for me to click. I don't know why. Yeah. All you can do is say, you know what? I hope they're saved. Because what was I going to say about the dead? You can only get your life right with God while you're alive. If you die a non-believer, that's the unforgivable sin, and God won't keep you. God will ship you off to the lake of fire forever and ever. They say that after that there's cold and darkness and weeping and gnashing of teeth, and then eventually you'll fade away because you didn't make your life right while you were alive. We're here. We're not here to be happy and to check off a bucket list. We're here to please the Lord and believe that He created us, and we should at least acknowledge that and repent. Show of hands. Who knows what repent means? That's the thing. See, the old words or the translation into those types of words, that's how we spoke back then. And it doesn't change. And the translations teach us more and more. So if you don't understand it in the New English, you got to go back to the original. What did that mean? What did the Hebrew mean, or the Greek? The New Testament was originally in Greek. What did those phrases? What are they in Greek? And then what did that mean in those days? Like, what kind of manners of speaking did they have back then? That's what you got to understand. Not just what it means now, but what did saying those words mean then? Because the translations, the meaning doesn't change because God transcends time. Time is only for the living, so God is outside of that. God knows the beginning and the middle and the end, and then the rest is eternity. So while we live, God knows what's going on. The end has already been told to us, but we don't know when that will happen. We know what it's going to look like, but from what has been given to us. And why is it thousands of years ago they wrote down exactly what's happening today? How is that possible? Good eye, half-wit. Good eye, Mike. Thanks for stepping in. Awesome. Good to see you. Um, why is it over 2,000 years ago, Paul and the rest of them knew what we'd be going through today? Revelation describes today's world almost perfectly. And even before that, even in the Old Testament, 1,000 years before that, there's some passages that proclaim what we're going to be going through, and a lot of the prophecies have already come true. Most, not all. Why is that? Nobody can explain that because the the rule of the world, New World Order, Illuminati, WEF, they don't want it. They're rejecting God, and I heard, among others, one of them being Zuckerberg, built or is building a bunker in a mountain in Maui. That's not going to help you. That's where the volcanoes are. The world is full of fault lines and volcanoes and stuff like that. You'll be the first to perish. It doesn't matter. You can't get away from it. If God wants you to perish, you are going to perish. But they don't know that because they're ungodly. They think they're going to live forever with a chip in their head or forehead, or those are going to be the ones with the mark on their forehead. The rest of us will have it on our. The rest of you will have it on your hand. I had a Lexus and an Infinity, a Nissan Infinity G3, and I had a Lexus. The Lexus was I forget the model it was. It was the big sedan, and then I had a Honda Civic EX, which I liked. I really liked the EX. So, but the four door I liked. The four door I liked was the four door was the Honda the Toyota Lexus. Um, you can look that up and find out. I have lots of pictures of it, but I sold it to come here because I couldn't bring it. It wasn't worth it to bring here. But the experience, the Lexus is awesome. It had a recall, and they gave me a newer one, a newer SUV model, and I liked my old car better than the SUV. Even though I liked the SUV, I just liked my old model was I liked it more. Even though the SUV is an awesome car, I just, for whatever reason, maybe it's because I was used to it. I don't think they make it anymore. So, oh, it's a sedan. Hold on, the ES. Yeah, it was the ES. I'd like to get one of those ISs. Let's check out the, yes. Oh yeah, awesome. They're awesome. All Lexuses are awesome. And the Infinity wasn't a bad car either. It's got a lot of power. I mean, for a street car, just it's not a funny car or Formula One or anything like that. But for a street car, they're awesome. BMWs are okay, but you know, Nightbot is reminding you guys, please click the like button. I appreciate it. That's why I just appreciate the likes, guys. While I'm live, it helps get notifications out. We will or can usually do get over 1,000. Let's see where we are right now. It takes a few seconds for all of this to scan. We're at 972 right now, guys. So a few more minutes. We're on low bat though because the mic is plugged into the charger. That's why we're on low bat. But I love the Lexus. The Lexus are awesome cars. It had the 6-speed slide shift. That's what I liked. That's the biggest thing I liked about it. 6 speeds. You could slide it over instead of having a clutch. You would slide it over, and then that would automatically engage the clutch, and then you could go into first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. You just have to be smart enough to know what gear am I rolling in, so that I don't want to slap it into. If you slide it over, I think you're automatically in third or fourth gear, and then you can go down to second and first or up. I think it automatically slides you over into fourth gear. I think something like that. So you're going to be moving to use it. Unless if you're not moving, you want to have your brake on and then bring it down into first. A Formula One race on stage. They stage that? I didn't know that. I did not know. Halfwood says maybe we are all hitchhikers through the galaxy, and the driver knows what's in front. Yeah, the driver is God, guys. But on Earth, the boss is the devil, and you can choose to go along with him or reject him. You can look at it that way. We're all hitchhikers on Earth. You don't own the Earth. If you say the word hey, Hey, that's a command for Nightbot. It will ask you to click the like button. Because a lot of people come in and say hey, so that's why I do that. Oh, yeah. So, what else do I have? Oh, that's the first truth. I always say I don't lie. The first truth is that God created all of us and everything we see. That is true. And we're all hitchhikers on Earth. We're not here to be happy. We're here to do the things that will bring us happiness. If we do what we're supposed to do, it's a happy life. People always say, how do you like it there? I'm the happiest man, or one of the happiest men on the face of the earth. And Norma is a part of that, my wife, Norma. When I got here, we had talked for 17, 18 months, maybe 19 months, I forget exactly how long, twice a day, morning and night, for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. So by the time I got here, she knew me. And after a few weeks, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks, she said, Jay, you're a new man. You're not stressed anymore. That's awesome. She goes, I said, why did you love me? She goes, because I knew that you were always talking about doing good things and being good and the truth. Did I experience a tornado? I lived in Kansas City when they were very close, but I wasn't in the wind. It was windy, but I wasn't in the eye of the tornado, no. Uh, I don't think anyone is in the eye of the tornado to live about and tell about it. So I'm thankful for that. Tornado will rip you up. Hurricane Andrew, around 1993 or 1994, was a Category 5 plus on the southeastern coast of the United States. And it caused, they didn't know at the time why some houses were ripped to shreds right where the hurricane went through. The eye of the hurricane went through, and houses on one side of the street, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, were all shredded, and then the houses on the other side weren't shredded for like in a row, and they didn't know what caused that. But then they saw data. They were able to get more data and more information from that hurricane than ever before. And they found out that hurricanes create tornadoes, like nebulas create stars. They didn't know that. So that's where they discovered that. And they discovered that several tornadoes were created by that hurricane in different places. In each place, it knocked down a row of houses, and then the next, on the other side of the street, houses were standing, and they didn't know what that was. So what caused that? It was tornadoes that were formed during the hurricane. So they spun out of the hurricane. I could imagine that happening, but I never thought of it. Well, King Scorpion, just a few years ago, I forget what year it was, I can't remember if it was 2020 or it was between 2018 and 2022, there was a Hurricane Sandy that hit New Jersey. And it was a big one, and it was bad. So you don't have to worry about that until it happens. And then, so how long have you been there? Popular vintage pants. Like what? Like I'm not big on pants. I'm big on, well, now I like t-shirts because this is t-shirt country. I do need another pair of shorts because they don't, I've lost weight and not all my pants fit anymore. They don't fit exactly right, so I don't like that. I like my pants to fit. So, but I love t-shirts now. I used to just wear the white t-shirt because I had to put a dress shirt on and wear a tie because I worked every day. So I had a career hotel controller. I always had to wear like a button-up shirt, and then I had the V-necks, and then the necktie. I had hundreds of ties. Vintage pants. What's your favorite vintage pant? I don't know. On the mountainside. Yeah, everyone wants to live in a mountain, look down, and see water, right? That is supposed to cost more. If you live near the ocean and the mountainside, it's bad. Yeah, but it was like, that's vintage property, and I want that. Well, the man in the mountain in New Hampshire, which used to be on the driver plate on the car, the registration plate, you had the man in the mountain, a little 3D picture of that. That man now is gone because it fell. It split off. So I don't think there were any houses there. So, but still, you're in danger when you live on a cliff. Especially in China, there's a lot of people living on those cliffs. They don't care. It's like, okay, you want to live there? That's fine. There's a lot of them. It's amazing, and a lot in America too. It's like, okay, you live there. Sooner or later, there's going to be a hurricane or tornado or whatever, high wind or something, and it's gonna take you down. If you have a bunker in the mountains, right, chances are there's a volcano or it will turn into a volcano. When God says it's time for volcanoes, it's going to be their undoing. They'll be the first to go. They have the microchip in their head, to extend their lives, and then oh, Mr. B says, I want the chip. I'll line up for that because then I'll know everything. I'll know the secrets of life and all that stuff. It's like, what a I don't want to call him names, but it's not going to work that way. Be careful what you wish for, guys. I mean, you don't need $100 million, but you do. You need a little bit of money. You don't need all that money. They're finding ways to prevent people from traveling. It's terrible. Upper Jersey is more grounded. Yeah. But it's good to live in highlands because then you won't get flooded out. But you got to be careful living up in the mountains because then, you know, the earth can, there's a ring of fire all around the world. And you got volcanoes and you got, continents breaking. There's a lot of ways that we're all going to perish. And there's a lot of ways that's going to happen. Most people are going to die by fire, which is caused by volcanoes. Now, there could be comets and things like that hitting, or an explosion can cause a fire, but natural the wildfires last summer were not wildfires at all. They were they were conceived, and that was all planned out, and then they blamed it on global warming. You're being lied to so much. I don't know where the lies end. There's almost no truth. Yeah, the city's crazy too. It's when you live in the city, you don't have to deal with the problems of the mountains and the ocean. But there's a reason why people want to pay more to see water. I mean, there's good and bad in it. There's good and bad. So if there's any water, even if it's like a brook with a little bit of a little running brook with water, oh, you have a water view. It's going to cost you more. It would be better to be the owner of that property. collect the passive income. New York is yeah, I wouldn't want to live in New York. I almost got a job in New York and I came this close. I went there for 2 weeks to see if they were going to like me, and they decided on someone else. They didn't want to tell me. I called him and I said, "What's up?" He goes, "Oh, I didn't want to tell you." I said, "Why?" He goes, "Well, we decided on what's his name because he's got he's got general manager experience. I was only a controller. He had general manager experience, but he's coming back here to be my controller because he was already a controller here anyway. So we just figured it was a natural move for him." I said, "Okay, thanks for letting me know." He's a really nice guy, but he just didn't know how to tell me. So when was I going to find out? I'm sitting here waiting. I'm driving to work in Boston, and he's in New York. I'm driving to work, and I called him because I wanted to know. So I said, "All right, thanks for sharing." No hard feelings. I'm not like that. It was unbelievable. He thought I was going to be all disgruntled or something. Said, "No, I have no. Good luck to you. I hope it all works out." It's no worries. No worries, Mike. I don't know what I to this day I don't know what he thought of me. So I don't know. New York is no, that was in 2016, so that was before the mess. So, but they were planning. The far left had all this planned out. Even they were in the planning stages. They've been doing this for 50 years. The WEF started in 1971. There was something else then. All right, we're very low bet. We're gonna have to end the show in very few minutes, guys. So thank you for coming in. How long have we been here? 3 hours. We're over the 3 hour mark. Yeah, we just went over 3 hours. So thanks for hanging out, guys. It's a couple more minutes. We're not done yet. Oh, that number jumped from 25 to 12, just like that. That's how quickly people take action. We're over 1,000 views. That's awesome. Thank you, guys. 18 concurrent. It went from 25 to 12 to 13. Just boom. As soon as I said we're on low bet, bye. They didn't even say goodbye. Thanks for saying bye, everybody. New York has a lot of blonde hair girls, don't it? Yeah, dumb blondes. Don't. On the next live, I'll talk about. We'll do dumb blonde jokes. It never ends. There's a never-ending list of dumb blonde jokes. I had blonde daughters, and it's like she didn't like it, and I went, "It's just for fun. You can replace blonde with brunette. Doesn't matter. Matters to us, but you can do it if you want. Not really. There are some dumb brunette jokes, but Not at the top of my head. I know y'all heard the immigrant problem and cost changes in New York. Yeah, you get paid the most and it costs you the most to live there, so it's just screwed up. What you do is you want to retire on that higher amount and then get out of there and then go somewhere else. I would not go anywhere in the U.S. That's why I'm here. Cost of living and stupid dumbass politics. It's how can you have a retarded, demented person running the country, and then everyone that put him there, not everyone, but most of the people that put him there, are like they still watch the television news and they still think that Donald Trump is the bad guy. It's like that's a lie. You're never gonna get to know him, but there is there's a truth out there, and you got to know what that is, or else you're screwed. Thanks, Halfwit, for hanging out. We're almost done. We're almost done because I'm on very low bat. 10%. That'll last us a little bit longer, so don't worry about that, guys. We get the iPhone 14 here. The battery's good. Let's. Oh, that's not going to help me. Oh, I can mute the microphone there, but I'm not going to. Yeah, but if you got to know what you're up against. Politics is more than what you see. It's not. It's more than what you see and hear. The truth is out there. You gotta have the wisdom and discernment to know what that is. And the first thing you gotta do is find out what's the biggest truth, because there is a big lie out there, and it starts with God. God created you, and that's the first truth. If, if something doesn't line up with what God has 10 commandments, if something doesn't line up with that, then it ain't the truth. And one person that's not going to tell you the truth is the Pope. He's not God. He's not the Father, and the truth is not in him. So you need to know that too. But that doesn't mean that the Word of God in the Bible isn't true. The Bible is true, and people don't understand that. The hardest thing to know about the Bible is your understanding of it. You don't rely on your own understanding. Trust in God and get people to help you understand it, because it's written in 2 or 3 languages. You need to understand over like 1,500 years period of time. So you need to understand that too. Um, it's peculiar that most politicians are rich now. It's because of politics. They're selling influence, and that's not good. And the other thing is they know what's going to happen next, and they're buying stock based on that. And they're getting people to help them to understand how that works. Not everybody knows it offhand. Trump knew running up the Capitol was bad. Plus, yeah, that's not all true. You need more information. You don't have enough information, King Scorpion. So just remember that. That's partial truth can cause problems too. So you have partial truth. I will tell you that. Um, Trump never made a dollar in politics, but when he was out of politics in business, he did donate to people on both sides so that he could stay out of certain types of trouble. That is true. But he's telling you that when he's campaigning, he will say that, which means he's not lying about that. So you got to know that. So there's always more to know. I don't know everything, guys, but I do know what the big lie is and what the truth is. And there's a conglomerate that's buying more shares of more company stock, and they're creating a conglomerate that is the New World Order. It is the plan is rule the world. It was written in more than 50 years ago. It all started in 1722. And they're still working on it, and they're bigger now. And now we have more information. We know more. It doesn't mean you're not on the right track, King Scorpion. It just means you don't have enough information. That's all I'm saying. when Trump knew everyone protests on the left about everything that happens. Trump knew that, but he said, you have a right to go to march on Washington and protest. There's nothing wrong with that. But then on the last day, he said, be peaceful. We don't want any trouble. He said that. So anything else to the contrary of that is a lie, because I heard it coming out of his mouth. So you got to realize that. When someone says we don't need Obama back because he's part of the big lie, he's a part of this. So that's why we don't need him back. He lied too. He's lied more than once. And I'm saying big lie. First of all, he's not a Christian, and he said he's a Christian, but we know he's a Muslim because he said he's a Muslim. We know he's a Muslim because his father was a Muslim. He was brought up a Muslim. That's undisputable. But it's more than that. That's just the beginning. So when you lie about your faith, the truth is not in you. So there are Muslims saying that they're Abrahamic Muslims and they believe in the Old Testament. That's fine. But Obama, I don't want to call him names, but it's not good. He doesn't believe in the truth. I'll leave it at that. So, and it is very low because I have the lapel mic is plugged into the charger. We are low. How low are we? 7. Another minute or so. A couple more minutes. At least he kept the country in order. He caused division. Barack Obama caused more. He was the reason for Black Lives Matter. That's not a good organization. It's because it's divisive. When white people chained themselves to a highway on the day I had to get to work, and I never got to work that morning. I had to get off the highway, take back roads, and I got to work at like noontime. And I said, people were chained across the highway. My boss said, yeah, I know. None of them were black. Black Lives Matter. It had nothing to do with any black people. Nothing. Now we know because of a black woman, Candace Owens, who dug into it. She knows that some people are rich because donations came into them, and then they didn't do anything positive. They didn't do anything to help anybody except have bank accounts, and now they're rich. And they live in places outside of poor areas, in nice neighborhoods, and no good came out of that. That's changing because people are starting to realize that Trump is not the same as Biden, and that he has the truth in him. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, that ain't Trump's fault. It's not Trump's fault we're fighting 2 wars. We're doing that to keep the war machine making money and growing in value. That's why they're doing that. And that is dirty. And Barack Obama is on that side. So that's all I'll say about that. I gotta go, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of Barack Obama. It got worse as the 8 years went by, but now it's been 8 years with him out of office, and he's still a part of it, working on these things, and it's not good. The demise of the U.S. and the things you see is partly his doing. And sorry, guys, that's the way. It's the turn we took in this live stream, and sorry about that, but that it is what it is. See you next time. Bye, guys. I gotta go. We're low bat. I can't charge it right now. And I can't even. Where's the button? Oh, there it is.